say it's gorgeous when you see a day like this after so much rain.
Yeah.
But not that the weather is of great importance to you right now, because last night, Sunday, where would you say was in Dublin?
In the Crown Plaza.
Beautiful. Not only were you surprised that you got nominated for Caterer of the Year at the Irish Wedding, at the Irish Wedding Catering Awards is the name of it?
The Irish Wedding Catering Awards, yeah.
I knew it was that title. But that, I don't know if that feeling then when you actually won, was it a kind of a little bit like, oh, holy moly, do I have to step up now?
It was kind of like a shock, first of all.
Right.
And then I had Tracy beside me as well, because she came with me last night, and she's like, you're going to have to say something. And I was like, So anyway, I went up and I was presented with the award, and you know that flash of you just don't know what exactly happened? Right. All I remember saying at the end going, yeah, I keep you fed. Cheers. Walked off stage.
I know you. Apparently, you did diss 2 other competitors. So you just sort of said they weren't very good, and you just threw out a few little shapes. And, yeah.
But like some of the other competitors in it, they were big names.
Right.
Like names that I would have heard of and looked up to and seen, and then to beat them.
Because how long have you been in that particular line? Is it like 10 years? Or is it?
No, well, I've been chef, and I started in kitchens when I was 12.
Right.
Started scrubbing pots and working my way up.
Right.
And then I was in Avoca, and then I left Avoca 5 years ago.
Oh.
And I started off doing a couple of hog roasts for a few weddings, and then it kind of evolved into people looking for more, and then took on staff, and then Tracy came aboard. She left her job she took the jump. But so yeah, I think the 2 of us together, like, she's got the background, she knows how to run it.
All right, she'd worked in that area before then.
I just do the cooking.
Yeah.
I've got the easy part. She runs it behind the scenes.
And was it that jump early on? Was quick to realise for both of you? Oh, this will work, or does it take a year or 2 before you even feel comfortable that it might?
Scary.
Right.
Scary.
Yeah.
Lucky I have my parents behind me to help me along and support me. But then with weddings, they book a year in advance, so we could kind of see it evolving. Going, okay, this is going to work.
Right.
So let's go for it.
Well, it's all about the work in that line of business, because if Joe and Joanna 6-pack like it, they'll recommend it to their friends, and they generally, if someone's getting into that sort of area of their life where they want to, book a caterer or otherwise, they kind of ask around more as much as anything else, and once that starts to build, well, then your name is just sort of a.
It's a lot of word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's like you think every wedding we're at, there's 150, 200.
Right.
And if they're happy, they go home, they tell people, and it spreads.
Yeah. Hey. Now, I would say that something like this wonderful award will add a huge amount of kind of weight to your name. Will add that sort of glow of the fact that, well, if you're winning this kind of awards, there's no question that you know what you're doing. That'll probably take a few weeks to notice, maybe, or longer, before you start to realise, people will.
I'd say the way the industry goes is going to take a year roughly because people already have booked their caterers, they've booked in, they've got things locked down. So it'll take a year to evolve. But definitely getting this now, that's pretty good.
And would it be your first award? I don't know. I mean, I've always sort of been aware of the fact that you have a good reputation, but I suppose if you're surprised, it may be the first time you've sort of been in this game that you're actually up. I don't know if this is the first award or.
This first award is a wedding caterer anyway.
Right. Okay.
I did 1 or 2 awards when I was in college.
Right.
And when I was in Avoca, I won Just Eat Restaurant of the Month.
Ah, great.
That was for using local produce from around the area, which I've carried through. Like, I use Nicky's down in Kilcool.
Yeah.
We've got Owen up in the bread baker's table, so we kind of keep it around the area.
And that kind of the getting into to being such an expert in food, was that, I don't know if your parents were into it, whether you just sort of took a turn at some point, you realised it's more than just a sandwich.
I always remember I wanted to be a chef.
Right.
I wanted to be a chef in the fire brigade because my dad was a fireman. My mum was a good cook.
Right.
So I got half it right.
Hey, well, you can do everything al fresco.
Exactly, yeah.
But then that there is a reputation. I always think of a nephew who's a chef, and the kitchen life. There is a sort of, it's like working on a boat. There's a madness that comes with it because it's so high pressure, and it can be, everything needs to be done 5 minutes ago. That is generally the rule. So I'm wondering whether that sort of madness ever nearly kind of put you off that game, because it is just from what I hear from other people, it's quite a hard.
No, I've always loved it.
Right.
I love the buzz.
So you have a bit of madness in you anyway.
Yeah,
so you can
like you have the calm beforehand, and then when it kicks off, you've got the storm, and then the calm afterwards. So.
Now we'll give a shout out. I'll include it in the writing above this, just that you have your Eat Well, Live Well program.
Yeah, we're doing that once a month now, so it's
right.
It's just it's taking the hassle of having to cook at home. It's just simple food, clean food, healthy food, So we're just providing that now for people around the area.
Right, and just for those who wouldn't be familiar with it, and again we'll have the link anyway, but you basically put all the ingredients together for a good diet over a month, and
prep it and cook it to 90%, and then the people just have to finish it at home. There's not a lot of finish, like it might be just open the lid, pop it in the oven for a few minutes. So it's just to make it easy. Yeah, make it easy.
And the very last thing I should mention too, and possibly it's been filmed now, you have you're looking for a kitchen porter assistant in March. I don't know if that's still the case.
Yes, it is.
It is still the case.
Definitely.
Okay, well, we'll put that out there as well, just to kind of get the word out, because I'm sure there are people like yourself who are just in that area where they might just get into this when they were.
Yeah, if someone's interested, I will help someone along. I'll train them. I'll put time and effort into them.
Rock and roll.
Just need enthusiasm. Don't need experience from them. Enthusiasm. That's all I want.
Sweet, lovely, Chubby, and congratulations again, man. That's fantastic. Really well done.